Hi, my name is Anthea Grace Patricia Dennis. I'm a student in the Honors Bachelor's in Biomedical Science, but my research area is in neuroscience. And so this is a poster on my undergraduate honors thesis project where I aimed to investigate the relationship between functional connectivity in the cerebellum and handedness. My mom tested me when I was 3, and then she realized that I was not the normal 3-year-old at that time. And that's really how that entire trajectory started. And that's how I got on that path. But, I was first formally in school tested then for grade level. And they tested me and I got into 8th grade. So, for instance, in California, I did have friends who were closer to my age. So, I had the neighbor's kid, and I had some other, kid friends who were kids of my mom's friend. And so I was able to bond with them. And, I think I realized that, I did enjoy the experiences where I could have fun with other people who were closer to my age. But that's not really intellectually stimulating for me. So I'm the type of person that needs stimulation. I need to be able to talk to somebody and have them understand what I'm saying. And so, when I am like, I'm having this issue with my code for my thesis, other normal children don't really understand that. This past year, I've had in-person classes here at U Ottawa, which has been great because I can finally see the campus.
Right.
um, but my classes at U Ottawa before that were remote. So, it was very easy when I was remote at U Ottawa to not have anyone know anything about age. So, now I can phase into the, adult life because I'm definitely a bit taller than I was then.
Right.
And, I sound a little bit different and, I act different too. But when I was 8, for instance, and in community college, people knew I was 8. And it was funny because I didn't think anything of it when people walked up to me and asked to take my picture. I was like, okay, is my mom okay with this? I mean, I don't know where this picture is going, but I'll take it, sure. And so, it was really when I started applying to bachelor's programs and people asked me if I was real that it actually occurred to me, oh, wait, you mean I'm not supposed to be in university at this age? That's not normal? But, this past year, nobody really knew until they knew. So, for instance, there was a class and, somebody found out. And when that person found out, then people started slowly knowing people in my lab. Someone heard about it and asked me about it. But before that, it's not like there was anything about, I wasn't, I was a little bit, antisocial when I first came out of the pandemic. I was a little bit introverted. I'm more extroverted now. But nobody really knew then. Proud. I think that I'm gonna feel proud. I'm probably also gonna be a bit scared if I don't fall off the stage, because that'd be very embarrassing. But I think I'm gonna be proud because I've worked so hard from when I was 8, and I took my first university credit, and I walked in with my big backpack, and I sat down and I made my first adult friend. And to now, when I have tons of adult friends, I have tons of people who I can talk to about research, I can talk to about academics, and I know that over these 150 free credits, I have earned this degree. I have earned these accomplishments. I have earned the ability to do research, and I know that that was not dictated by my age. Nothing in academics that I have done. There have been changes in my academic life, my academic path that have been because of age, but age has not stopped me from getting to where I belong, to where I deserve to be. And that sense of pride and that sense of accomplishment is what I'm going to hold with me when I go past that stage. I've been so inspired by these experiences I've had in research that, grad school is really the next step in that. And from that, the milestone, the big thing I want to have on my wall is I am a teacher. I teach and I do research and I combine both those things. And, that's my goal, I think.